more so a drive to know, listen, I can accomplish anything that I set my mind to. Anything that I set my mind to. When you look at a plant, you look at how it grows. Sometimes the plant is dying and you just have to cut the top, give it a little fertilizer, and then it blooms again. And that encourages you as a person. Listen, I can break down, but listen, I can start over. Some people are afraid to start over. Plants are not afraid to start over. A mango tree may fall, it may dry out, but once it's grounded and rooted, a new tree comes up, or the mango, or another mango, sorry, coconut tree, or it bears right on the ground there because it's still rooted. So it doesn't matter the direction that you go. Once you stay rooted in what you want, just as a plant, you can bloom.
Hey Fivers, so if it's one thing we know for sure, we millennials love plants. As a matter of fact, in a 2020 survey, it was discovered that at least 66% of households have at least one plant, and millennials are calling themselves plant parents. Post COVID, that has increased even more because most persons are falling in love with taking care of plants. Now, if there's one person who knows a lot about falling in love with plants and taking care of them, is a very good friend and family member of mine, Miss Anita Carey Felix. She's the owner of the plant park in Trinidad, located in Port of Spain, Trinidad, and I just had to have her on the show to just give us a few tips about uh, plant care and also to talk about her journey that led towards her owning a plant shop. Now, Carrie is a proud owner of the Plant Park, and she's a fun loving, driven, enterprising mom of two beautiful boys. She has a heart that's always focused on encouragement and works really hard to make her dreams come true. As the owner of the Plant Park and the founder of a women support group called Women with Power, she is doing the most that she can to keep herself encouraged, to keep others encouraged, and to make sure women are seen and supported. The group that she's in charge of, Women with Power, they meet weekly via WhatsApp, and they are something of a prayer circle. They also collect goods and items to help support women in need, so sanitary items and groceries, anything that can help other people to be forwarded. Now, if you're interested in donating to this or finding out more about ways you can help, stay listening to the end of the episode, and I'll leave some information in the notes as well, the show notes if you're listening on this audio, and you will get some more information in the description if you're on YouTube. While you're there, please be sure to subscribe, guys, and thanks for listening. Let's get into this episode. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for joining us for this episode of 5 Years to 40. With me today, I'm so excited, is a very beautiful friend and cousin, Miss Anita Felix. See, as millennials, we know that we love a lot of different things, and one of the things we love is our plants. Some of us are very exceptionally good, and some of us, Lord, a few of them die on our hands. But Anita will help us to understand better how to take care of plants. Anita is the owner of the plant park in Trinidad, and she'll get into her plant story a little bit. All right. So Anita, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for being here.
You're so
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
My
So
dear little
Anita,
cousin friend.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Well, my name is Anita Felix, and as Nisha said, better known as Carrie. Actually, my love of plants started with my aunt Linda, who lives in Grenada, by the way, because I went to school in Grenada, and she will always call me when she's doing the garden for pieces of plant to plant. But my grandmother, who was not so much into plants, and therefore I got into plants and start loving them, start love caring for them. It became a hobby. I just couldn't get enough of it, and here we are. That's why I have a plant shop today. My hobby came and turned into a business. So basically, that's what happened.
Well, so strange. I didn't even know that. But Auntie Linda's a wonderful person for real, because from her, I think I learned to love coffee. And I always love, she always used to have a little cup of coffee, right, in the
Yes,
morning.
yes,
And
yes.
she had such a beautiful yard. And for real, like, I could see where you would have gotten that from, Carrie. That is
Yes,
such a wonderful story to
it's
share
from
for us.
her. It's from
You
her.
know, you move from a pastime into a passion. So what makes it most rewarding dealing with your plants? What's the most rewarding part of
For
being
me, the most rewarding, I mean, money, of course. Make a little bit of money is my hobby, but that's just for laughter. But it's the most important for me is that my plants, for me, it's my peace of mind. It's my connection of me with nature, using my bare hands to touch soil, and it's what God would have created. And I put them together and just love to see it bloom, and to offer somebody, because I started giving away plants before I started selling. So just to offer somebody, and the report that you will get, you're giving that plant with a blessing. Oh my God, it's doing so well. And then to see somebody buy a plant and you give them that joy, or somebody come into the shop and they're not sure what to buy, or they have never had a plant, or the plant's always dying, and being able to tell them what to do, how to care, and still living with a smile on their faces is just amazing for me. That's my joy. The joy of my peace of mind, getting in contact with, to me, is just, even a day when I'm stressed out, I come down here not knowing that a customer will come, but I come knowing that I'm going to come, I'm going to connect with nature, and I just feel at peace.
That is a
That's it.
beautiful story. I think all of us and Voice agree that when it comes to your peace of mind, you want to do the things that bring you peace of mind,
Yeah.
and plants is a really great way to help you to just relax and reconnect with people.
Yeah,
And
de-stress. Even it de-stresses you a lot, and then you have plants you can use for de-stressing. You can have plants you use as, to clear your atmosphere from antioxidants and all those kind of things. They give you, it's a plants healing. It's so much plants can offer. So much besides just the prettiness. Just, you have the herbs, and you have, it's a lot. It's a lot.
absolutely,
You have to have about 10 sessions or more.
we can always have a follow-up. We can always have a follow-up session. The
Most
best plants
definitely.
for your living room, the best plants for your bedroom. I mean, just off the cuff, what do you think is a good plan to have in your bedroom, or in case somebody wants to start doing this? What do you think might be a good idea?
Well, for me, when persons ask for plants, I ask them if they're plant persons, and then they say no. So for me, I will start recommending things like fiddle leaf ficus. And if I may show you, this is what it looks like, right? This is a fiddle leaf ficus,
Yeah.
right? It's a little bit on the costly side, but it adds a lot to the home. Beauty, um, it cleans the atmosphere, it can stay inside. Good, very, 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 very good for your atmosphere. Then you have, I want to carry you and show you this plant. So as we walk down, so at least I could, instead of just talking, so you all may have it and don't even know that you all can put it inside. We have the famous money plant, as we call it, right? So you
Right.
have these that you can use for inside, right? And then I'm going to stoop a little lower, and then these, we call them cow tongue, cutlass plants, snake plants. They come in a variety of colors, right?
Yes.
And these are wonderful for inside, right? Same thing as cleaning the atmosphere, and of course the wonderful peace lilies, right? You have them variegated. You have the imported that flowers like this, and then you have a local one. So just to name a few that you can put inside, and then it doesn't need much attention where you have to every day do this to it, or every day do that to it, or every week you have to put fertilizer. I will recommend, but it's not a plant that needs so much attention if you're not a plant person. Yeah.
That that is perfect, because that leads me right into the next question. Because as millennials, we know we like to lively up our homes and take care of plants. Most of us want to do that, but sometimes we need a little bit of advice on how, what plants is the best plants to use inside, or or the plant that could survive the most. Because sometimes when you're just getting started on the plant journey, you don't always get it right. So I do appreciate you taking us around and showing us like that. And that's, your shop is just a gorgeous, the plant park is just a gorgeous place to be. I feel like if I was in Trinidad right now, I'd just be passing there every evening to
I'm
just
waiting
take.
for you to come. I think it's overdue. It's overdue.
I can't wait. I can't wait. So we now have some ideas. If we want to get our green spaces started, we can start with the broadleaf ficus. You said was what was the name of the current name?
Call it fiddle leaf ficus.
Fiddle leaf ficus, and then the snake plants. Well, yes, and the money plants. Those are wonderful.
Also, if I just want to add, if you want to go more on the herbal side of things, you can put fever grass inside, and you can put your basils, and those are very good for mosquitoes. So you have no mosquito problems in the house. You can put in some fever grass in a very nice spot so it's decorated. You can cut them for tea, and you can put some basil. You can cut for seasoning, but you have them there by a window that you get some sun. But it's very, very good if you're having problems with mosquitoes. Yes.
So that's a multi-purpose plant. These are multi-purpose plants. So you could make tea with it. It's taking care of mosquito, and you could beautify your space. I love that. I have to get some basil then.
Yes,
I think I have the grass. I have lemongrass, not fever grass. So then you see, I get
I think lemon and fever is the same thing, They just carry out a different name. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, right.
Fever grass, yes.
I have lemongrass.
So that's perfect.
So good. Halfway there. And I'm sure the viewers are getting ideas. I know I have some plant lovers who view the channel, so I can imagine them making notes right now about things they can use multi-purpose plants. Thanks so much for that, Carrie.
Yes.
You touched on it a little bit earlier. You said that plants do help to reduce stress. So I would reinforce what you said, because there are lots of studies that suggest having plants does reduce stress and increase joy. And I guess you basically already said you clearly agree with this. But do you think that having plants and do you think it could actually help to improve your relationships or even your careers? You could talk a little bit about how it improved your career, maybe, because I like to touch on all the bases of our pillar topics, when we're taking on an idea.
Well, Nisha, as you know, I've always wanted to open a plant shop, and because we go way back.
Yes.
And my love for plants, that dream just never stopped. As a matter of fact, I would have stopped and started and failed, and you would have known that as well. And I just never, ever gave up. And here I am, just with a drive to have that plant shop. I now have another job. I have a job besides my business. But it's just like I just kept going by faith, and just a lot of blessings just keep falling right behind this plant shop, because I could have just given up a dream. You see, when you have one dream and you don't give up, then it helps you to keep the others that you have. So one may come behind the other, or they may not come as you have them planned out, but once they start coming, it gives you a drive to want to get the other. So for me, that is how the plant shop has built my career. And as I say, because it's my peace of mind, I could come here and I can rejuvenate for another day. I could rejuvenate for another hour. I could be as tired as I am. Once I get into the plant shop, it rejuvenates me. So for career building, yes, I have my plant shop, it's my business, but it's more so a drive to know, listen, I can accomplish anything that I set my mind to. Anything that I set my mind to. When you look at a plant, you look at how it grows. Sometimes the plant is dying and you just have to cut the top, give it a little fertilizer, and then it blooms again, and that encourages you as a person. Listen, I can break down, but listen, I can start over. Some people are afraid to start over. Plants are not afraid to start over. A mango tree may fall, it may dry out, but once it's grounded and rooted, a new tree comes up, or coconut tree, or it bears right on the ground there, because it's still rooted, so it doesn't matter the direction that you go. Once you stay rooted in what you want, just as a plant, you can bloom. You can bloom.
I love that. Oh my gosh. That is so much solid lessons, Carrie, because that is, I mean, it's so strange that you should say that. Just this week, I was listening to a podcast with Mary Folio. She's one of the persons I like listening to for motivation. And she has a habit, she says, that helps her to move forward whenever she starts feeling stuck. And one of it is called pruning. And she liked it, just like how you just explained there, you know, sometimes we have to cut things off. Because she said, like, sometimes as human beings, sometimes when we want to make changes, we get stuck in where we are, and we so kind of all our energy trying to keep dead things alive. And like a
Yes.
plant, you have a plant, when you snip off pieces and you prune it off, you could your energy now goes and focuses on the things that matter, and you grow so much bigger and so much faster than holding
Yes.
on to dead things. And that
Yes.
is so true. And
That's
plants,
true.
you're right. Plants have a great
Yeah.
teach us that. It's so true. I really appreciate you saying that, because
Yes,
that's
because
deep.
yeah, it's a wonderful thing. And as she said, pruning as well. Because if you keep a plant and you don't prune, if you leave it outside to grow and all the vines grow on it, people have mango tree greenery, they have a lot of greenery. And you see when the vines grow and it cover the fruit tree can't bear, but when you prune it and you pull away and you cut around, you take away that from the tree. It blossoms, it blooms when the rain falls, it wets it, and fruit comes. One or two may come at the first time after pruning, but then after that, in the next season, it bears full. So it's just the same thing with our life, our spiritual life. You prune, you take away, you cut away, and you give yourself, what you need to grow and go forward.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Some things gotta get cut off
Yes.
for us to thrive and for us to move forward. That
Yes.
is a whole book right there, Carrie. A whole book.
Oh boy.
I'm just so glad we get to do this, you know.
I am
So,
so happy.
so Carrie, before we wrap, I know that you're deeply, deeply interested in helping and motivating women. Can you, and I know that you recently started a women's power group, and you make efforts to reach out to helping women. So I think our viewers might be very interested in knowing about a little bit more of it, or how does it work, or can we, how can people help, or what is it?
The group came about with just, ev- women, we have a lot of situations that rise up in our lives. And I just hearing friends talking, hearing family talking, you can kind of almost, it's so similar to hear somebody in a situation who is way away from you in time. And then when you all come together, I'm always talking, I'm always in a conversation with a woman, just trying to uplift and build. And sometimes I need it for myself, but I feel so enlightened when I do that. And the group is still together. We up and running. The group is called Women with Power. We started off with a fast and pray, which went very well. And then we are now about feeding families that are in need, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whether it's financial, whether it's paying a light bill, what doesn't matter the need. You wouldn't find us anywhere online, because I'm not about showing off, taking
Right.
a picture. Some people are so embarrassed by the way that they live. I think you should give everybody their privacy.
Yes.
If somebody wants to do a picture and put it up, that's up to them. But for me, I think it's a little bit too much to show somebody how. So I don't know if I'm correct, but to show somebody how somebody is living, or to show somebody what you're doing. And some people do it for the flam and the flame and the flam and the glitter, and not doing the work behind the scenes to get more help to come. So your NGO
Right.
could be big, or your group could be big, and you can reach more families. So
Right.
you wouldn't find us in that forum. I believe though, if we do an Instagram or we do a Facebook, it will be more reading material, maybe pictures, but not of, I don't know, people's personal information would not be out there. I don't like doing that. If you believe that you want to help, I think you can trust somebody enough to know that, okay, they're going to go on. If you give it with the goodness of your heart and that person takes your money or take your groceries and do ill with it, then they have to answer to God for that. But I have an issue with putting people out there, and some of them are so uncomfortable with it. Some are okay and some are very uncomfortable. So that's where we are with the group. So if anybody wants to stretch a hand forward, send some groceries, send money to buy groceries, or you have clothes that is, good for whatever age, whatever gender, we will accept. We sort, we go through, and we distribute.
Okay,
And
awesome.
we have meetings, right, where the women meet with our different issues and our different situations, and we try advice together. We seek advice out if we are able to, because sometimes we have to be very careful where we trod. You don't want to feel that you know too much and you advise somebody based on emotion,
Right.
being biased. So that's where we are. That's where we are actually.
I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. And one of the things I always admire about you, Carrie, is that you are so resilient. So you would always, you're always doing something, even if things might be challenging or you might have a particular thing that you need to overcome, your spirit is undaunted. Like you would have a moment and you would get yourself back together, and then you keep moving. And more than that, you're not just saying, well, I'm a survivor and I'm moving forward. You help other people to move forward too. And I think that there is a divine blessing with people and women who are inspired to go through things and still say, you know what, I remember what it was like to be there. Let me help somebody else out. And I do believe that is a thing that would help you to just keep going forward and helping other people and motivating other people. And that's why I thought it's important that while we're doing this series, guys, this is a part of the series of the You Should Know By Now. And I believe that our age, we should know how to take care of a plant. So we brought Carrie on here to help us give us some tips about plants that we could start with if we're just getting started. And if you're a plant connoisseur, then you would agree with some of the things that she's saying. Of course, if you have additional tips, please be sure to leave it in the comments so that we can help all of this community become better green thumb people, better plant owners. Yeah. Carrie, before we wrap, I have a segment where I like to ask people 5 questions in 5 minutes. So whatever the first thing that comes to your mind, you tell me, and I will go. Right? This is a quiz. All right.
All right. Well,
tell me, what are 5 things that off your head you know for sure you're thankful for?
That I'm thankful for my children, they getting baptized, me having a job, life, health, strength. Oh gosh, I put in one more. Family. You know me and family.
All right. And if you could win $5 million, or earn 5 additional years, which one would you choose? Live for 5 more.
5 years, baby. I could make that million. That 5 years. 5 years.
Okay. What is one thing you know for sure today that you wish you had known 5 years ago?
5 things. 5 things you said?
Or just one thing. One thing that you know now you wish you knew 5 years ago.
Money management.
Okay. Lovely. I understand that, girl. Name one thing you achieved in the last 5 years that you're just super proud of.
You wouldn't believe. My son's getting baptized. I know everything, but my son's getting baptized into the kingdom of God was very recent, but that is that.
Praise God. God is good. Won't he do it? Praise God. Yes. And the last question, what is one thing you'd like to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I would like to buy my own home in the next 5 years, have my another vehicle. My son has a vehicle, but it's not mine, so I want my own. And one thing or 5 things?
Just one. In the next 5 years.
The next 5 years, I would like to finish law and let's say law, and everything else will fall behind that.
Okay. Yay! I love all of the answers. Carrie, thank you so much for being with us tonight. The shop is gorgeous, and guys, I'll be adding some pictures onto this episode so that you'll get a better view of it. And also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that Retail Circle is my sister's business, and so we are partnering with the Plant Park to have a few of her gorgeous hand-painted pots available in Grenada right here. So you could at the next Retail Circle pop-up shop, you can pick up one of those beautiful hand-painted pots and get your
actually painted by one of my my partner in business, because she paints all the pots, which is Silver Designs on Instagram. So I want to give her props, because those are her painted. The pots that are painted are hers. The others are
right.
Pots and Silver
right.
Designs.
That's cute. That is correct. Yes. Thanks for clearing that up, because we do have pots from your store that's not hand painted as well. All
Yes.
right, so that's it. I know we're losing light. I'm so sorry, but the shop looks wonderful. I
Thank
want you to
you.
take care of yourself and
You
ooh,
too.
so gorgeous.
Maybe
I
we could
will.
walk outside and get some. Yes.
All right, honey.
Right.
Oh wow, we need some pictures of those for sure.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay, honey. So we'll see you again soon. You take care.
All right, bye. Love you. Take care.
Bye bye.